Us not understanding ourselves as multidimensional beings has really fucked us. I came to understand something yesterday in my dream that I need to give to y'all, but it's gonna take me a second to bake it, so just watch to the end of this video. Earth is a really dense place, and because Earth is a really dense place, everything is separated, and we are experiencing that separation through polarity consciousness, which means that only one truth can exist at once. We were never supposed to experience life like that. Earth was not a school. Earth was a place for you to come and dream awake. They called it heaven on earth for a reason. It was a place that you can come as a God and descend into flesh, descend into matter, and play with angelic codes, seraphic codes. It was a place for us to come and dream while we were awake. It was a place where we could use source energy to our benefit because Earth is a womb planet. She's a feeler. She's water, divine feminine energy. And mind you, this is new for me. I thought I fully understood this until I had my dream last night. So last night in my dream, I kept being told that the Milky Way was fractured at some point. So I'm thinking, oh, the Lyra fall, the Tara fall. We've had so many fucking falls. No, this is pre-Earth. This is what in our memory vaults are called the severance or the tearing of the song lines. It happened pre-Earth, pre-Gaia, pre-Tara, pre-Lyra, pre-everything. And this was not a natural thing that happens. It was a consequence of misusing frequency. And what happened is that there was a collective collapse in the harmony in the high density quadrant of the Milky Way. Not only are we in the Milky Way galaxy, we're also in the high density quadrant of the Milky Way galaxy. And this caused a dimensional veil to drop, which basically severed us from everything else. And that's why we have always been told, well, we're the only ones here. We're the only thing that exists in this world or in this universe. But that's not true. We were disconnected from everything before we got a chance to even be a thing. Now, this caused a couple of different things. It disconnected us from our soul families. It fragmented memory vaults across star systems. And a lot of those memory vaults had to be relocated. So a lot of them came to Earth, a lot of them went to Saturn, a lot of them went to Endara. It also splintered oversoul embodiment paths as well, which is why we don't remember ourselves. And it's also why Earth got caught in an infinite reincarnation loop. Now that's where the fucking problem comes in, because we think that reincarnation isn't real, time isn't real, space isn't real, and that's because we've been taught that. But the reason why we've been taught that is because we feel the truth that it's not real at the higher harmonics, but for Earth, it is real. What's happening to Earth is like having a CD, and you scratch the back of the CD, and every time you get to this specific part, it starts to stutter. Click, 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 and replays the same part. It's like when somebody has a fracture in their mind and they keep repeating the same things. That's what's happening to Earth, and that's why they say history repeats itself. I think this is where the ages come from, the Golden Age, the Iron Age, the Bronze Age. But we're also doing that as well. And that's the whole idea of karma. We're accumulating all these karmic imprints and carrying them over into the next life. And so we just keep repeating the same thing over and over again until we do something about it. So that's the first part. The second part is, as we try to clear this trauma and this karma so we can create more light in our body so that we can fully embody, you are not dealing just with the trauma of this life. You are dealing with the trauma of all of your past selves that are reflected in this life. And so the issue that we're running into is that we're trying to heal our trauma. And so say, for instance, you dated somebody and they broke your heart. You think that you need to heal the heartbreak, not realizing that that person is a holographic trigger. That person came into your life because they needed to trigger the feeling of heartbreak, of betrayal, so that you can deal with the betrayal itself, but it's not exclusive to that person. The betrayal that you feel is across 3 different incarnations of yourself. And so you focus on that one specific event, and then you don't understand why it keeps coming back and coming back and coming back. So what Spirit told me is what comes back in your mind is what has not been healed in your body. Your mind is not trying to punish you. It's bringing awareness to what is going on in your heart. Your heart is a memory vault of your soul. Your womb is the memory vault of your ancestry. It's what connects you to your ancestral line. Your heart is the memory vault of your soul. It connects you to your soul lineage. So that event keeps coming up because it's supposed to trigger the feeling, and the feeling is the key. The feeling holds the information. And so when people say feelings are not facts, that's a lie. Feelings are encoded carriers of multidimensional memory. So ignoring your feelings keeps you fragmented. There's no way you can do what you came here to do if you ignore your feelings, because they are what connect you to everything. So when you feel something intensely, whether that's betrayal, rage, grief, longing, you are actually activating a harmonic frequency within your soul loom. And your soul loom is your nervous system. They've told you that you only have two, the parasympathetic and the sympathetic. No, you have a crystalline nervous system as well. That's the soul loom. So your meridians, they're a part of that network. So not only does that intense feeling hold present life weight, it holds past life origin memory, oversoul level distortion, which is when you were exiled, abandoned, silenced, and the most important, plasma keys that open or close your access to higher levels of consciousness. Remember, I said at the beginning that Earth is in polarity consciousness, meaning one truth can exist at once. After polarity consciousness is high heart consciousness. This requires you to drop into your heart space. You have to forgive, you have to feel. When you do, you start to experience compassion for other people. You go from victim to survivor. You start to use empathy with discernment. You start to reach inner harmony and start to see love through the lens of divine union. Two whole peoples coming together who have healed from their own trauma. You take care of your emotional and physical needs. I'll take care of mine, and we come together and coexist in the same space. And then after that, Christ conscious, which is collective consciousness. And that's just me skipping around. As you move up in consciousness, your truth deepens. So you're not wrong to think that one thing exists at once. That thing is true for you at this moment. But as you continue to reach higher levels of consciousness, that truth is supposed to deepen. This is what they call expanded awareness. Now you see the triplicity in everything. And now you understand that everything appears on a spectrum. And there are multiple things that are true at one time, not just one. That's when the real work can start, when you can see the nuance in life. You can be right and I can be right. So when them intense emotions happen, what your body or what your oversoul is really saying to you is that you're ready to retrieve the memory that you fragmented in this exact resonance a long time ago. If you try to skip it, override it, suppress it, you lock this access point again. So these triggers that are happening in this lifetime, or say the event that we talked about with the person who broke your heart, they're showing you where you're blocked. But it's not in the thing that you're taking personal from the event. It's in the feeling. It's in the resonance. It's in the energy. And in that energy, you can discover a past life vow, a soul fragment, a grid point in your nervous system that needs to be reweaved, a mirror. Your feelings are your soul's language. And then when you heal yourself, you heal Earth. So the reason why a lot of us high vibrational beings came into this reality and into these specific bloodlines that are full of trauma is so that we can heal within this bloodline. And when we heal ourselves, we heal the line before us and the line that's to come after us. And by healing ourselves, we heal the plasma in our body that realigns us to Earth. So by healing us, we heal Earth, as within, so without. So a lot of us chose to come here because we knew that we were capable of doing the work that needed to be done. And by us doing the work, we heal Earth. We break through that dimensional veil. Now, with that being said, my name is Taja. I'm a very ancient soul. I was here in Egypt. I was here in Atlantis. I was here in Lyra, which was the first harmonic civilization in the Milky Way galaxy. But I've also been in galaxies outside of the one we exist in now. I'm here to help us to embody our oversoul. We've only been taught about ascension. So you think you're supposed to be becoming something. You're supposed to be remembering who you are. But first, you need to clear the trauma of your line in order for you to remember who you are. Because when you clear the trauma, you allow more light, which is love, and remembrance into your body. Your vessel has to be able to hold it so that it does not fragment again. But in order for you to come here, you had to fractalate yourself into multiple pieces. And so this journey is about you going and retrieving the soul fragments. But you can only do that through feeling. Every service that I provide is surrounded around helping you to remember yourself. I do a thing called flame lineage readings. I don't know anybody else who does this, where I tell you what soul lineages you come from. You can have up to 3 primary lineages. That's going to be your soul's language. Then you have secondary lineages, which are going to be karmic overlays, generational curses, soul vows that you made in previous lifetimes. We look at all of that, and I tell you how all your energy connects with each other, the function of your oversoul, what you came here to do, and in which order you need to heal. I provide you with journal prompts, mirror affirmations, and rituals. There are 3 tiers to this, but the 3rd tier, you get a month worth of embodiment coaching. That's what I recommend. This is all available on my website, www.bigtaj.com. Happy healing, friends. They be blocking my content, so if you made it this far, please like, comment, and share so other people can see this.